Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my December TBR, and it is December 7th when I'm uploading this. I'm filming it on December 6th. I haven't even started this TBR yet. Like, I haven't read any books yet, and that makes me really sad. But like, and I haven't even been watching anybody's vlogmas of them reading books because I am jealous of those people because they have time to read books and I don't have time to read books. But I have a TBR here because I want to read. I want to read all these books. But basically, I just have been super busy. I adopted a 3-month-old Siberian Husky, and he takes up a majority of my time. And when I'm not hanging out with him, I am working on my business. I have a reselling business where I sell clothes on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. And it's actually killing it right now. So I've been like really working a lot on that. So less time for reading, but whatever. That's okay. Hopefully this month it gets better. And actually I have some really good picks here, so I'm thinking this will kind of get me out of my reading slump. But it's not a slump where I don't want to read, it's a slump where I have no time to read. So yeah, hopefully that gets fixed this month. And let's just get into the books. I have 9 books on this TBR, which to me is pretty massive, which it shouldn't be because in October I read 9 books, but this month 9 books on a TBR is massive. How life changes. So let's just get into it. The first book I'm actually going to go over is my book of the month choice, which was A Flicker in the Dark. I don't have it here to show you because it's actually like supposed to be arriving tomorrow. But basically, it is like a mystery thriller novel, and it is about this girl who, when she was younger, all these girls in her hometown were like disappearing, being found dead, and then her dad was arrested and convicted of being a serial killer and murdering all these girls. Now she's older, she lives in a new town, and she starts noticing the same pattern, like a bunch of girls go missing, and it's like kind of the same pattern as when her dad was killing those girls previously. And so she's just like, what's going on? And that is the premise of that book. And then we're going to get into the books I have now. I have 4 Christmas books here, so I split them up. And we're going to go over Christmas book, regular book, Christmas book, regular book. The first book we're going over is Christmas, and that is In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. And this is just like a romance novel with a dash of sci-fi in it because she gets stuck in a time loop around the holiday times. So we got romance, we got time loop, we got holidays. I'm all about it. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. I love time loops. I've never read a book with a time loop in it, but like time loop movies, time loop TV shows, like that is like one of my favorite tropes. So I'm really excited to read this book here. The next book I have is The Vanishing by Maureen, which is the 2nd book in the Truly Devious series. I don't want to read what this is about because I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't read the first book. But to give you a synopsis of the first book, it is basically about this girl we were following. Her name is Stevie, and she goes to Ellingham Academy, which is just like an elite boarding school, but it's free. It was funded by this billionaire, and he just wanted to provide like free education to like certain people. I don't know. I forgot the premise of like why he does it for free, but yeah. Anyway, so basically Stevie is like a crime enthusiast, a true crime enthusiast. So she is trying to research the crime that happened when the school first opened in 1936. Ellingham, the guy who started the academy, his wife and daughter were murdered, and then I think he went missing and was murdered as well later on. And she's just trying to figure out kind of like what happened back then. And then in present day, there's also a mystery to be solved, which she is trying to solve as well. And this is just the continuation of that. And I kind of left it on a cliffhanger last book, so I'm pretty excited to read the next one. The next book on my TBR is Nick and Noelle's Christmas Playlist. This is a friends to lovers, a romance novel around the holidays. This is Nick, this is Noelle. He runs a Christmas tree farm, or works at a Christmas tree farm, and he is trying to get over his ex, and then his hometown friend Noelle is there to help him. They kiss. There we go. Friends to lovers. And it's not a spoiler that they kiss. It literally says, but then they kiss, and it feels ... so right. So I'm so excited to read this, and it's a longer book. I had this in my Black Friday haul, and like I said in that one, I feel like because it's a longer romance novel, it's 391 pages, not a long book, but I feel like romances are typically like 300 and under. So, or not 300 and under, but like 320 and under, you know? So since it's a little longer, I'm hoping this has like a good amount of depth to it, and it's not just cutesy, it has like some depth. That's what I'm really looking for. So yeah, really excited about this book. The next book on my TBR is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. This book, I read Anxious People, which I think is his most recent release. Oh my god, one of my most favorite books. I absolutely love that book. And this is another book by him, and this is basically about this grumpy old man called Ove, or Ove. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've heard it pronounced both ways. It's about him, and he is just like a grumpy old man. A family moves next door. They have like their meet cute moment by them running over his mailbox. And I think it's just like a heartwarming story where he just like gets to know this family and it kind of makes him like a happy person again. That's what I'm kind of thinking is, I don't know, all I've heard is this book makes you cry. It's a really feel-good story. And although it's not holiday themed, I feel like wholesome books are great for the holiday time. So A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. The next book I have on my TBR is Mutts and Mistletoes, which I actually got this at Goodwill, I think back, I don't remember. It was a couple months ago, like August, November, December, wait, no, August, September, somewhere around there. October maybe? I don't know. I got this way before Christmas time, but I've been saving it for December. It's called Mutts and Mistletoes by Natalie Knox, and it is basically just a, I don't know, short little holiday romance novel. So this girl, she goes through a breakup. There's a gas leak in her apartment, so she becomes homeless. So then she goes to her cousin's doggy daycare for the holidays, so she has a place to stay. And I thought this was pretty safe because it's like romance and doggy daycare. Like if this was like just regular dogs, I would not be buying it because I'm so scared of dogs dying in books and movies. Like anything that involves a dog main character, no, sorry, don't want it. But this one seems pretty safe. I don't think there's going to be any doggy deaths. And if there are, this is getting an automatic like 1 star in Goodreads, and I'm just no. But yeah, this seems like a pretty safe book. A really fun little holiday romance that involves dogs. Excited about it. The next book on my TBR is Blood and Honey, and this is actually probably the biggest book on my TBR. This is the sequel to Serpent and Dove, which is a YA fantasy romance novel. I would really call it like, yes, it's fantasy, but I feel like it's more of a romance with fantasy elements to it. It's like an enemies to lovers romance. You have a witch and a witch hunter. They're forced into holy matrimony. I'm just basically parroting the back of the book cover. And this is just the continuation of that. And I'm so excited to read this. And I don't want to really say why I'm excited or what it's about because there's definitely going to be spoilers if you haven't read Serpent and Dove. But when I do my December wrap-up, if I have this read, I will be doing spoilers and you'll just have to fast forward through them. The next book on my TBR is The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. And these are about two twins who switch places around the holiday times. I know there's baking involved. I know it's a romance novel. Lots of romance around this holiday season, which is fine because honestly, I've been kind of craving like Hallmark movies, and all these like holiday books just seem like Hallmark movies in a book form. So I'm totally okay with that. So yeah, this is just like a really fun romance, baking, twins, holiday. I'm just really repeating words. Just this look sounds like a fun book. This was actually, I bought this buy 2 get 1 free at Target. And then the day after the Book of the Month things came out and I was like, actually, this was on the Book of the Month thing. And I was like, oh, I could have got something different at Target. But that's fine because then I got a Flicker in the Dark, which I would have never picked if I would have gotten this one. So honestly, it worked out. The Holiday Swap. And the last book on my TBR is The Midnight Library by Matt Hick. I've heard so many great things about it, but I've also heard some mixed reviews about it. The premise sounds really cool to me. It is basically about this library between life and death, and you can go and read all these books that basically show your life if you had made different decisions and just kind of like see what your life could have been had you done something differently. And I just love that concept. I think it's really interesting. So I'm just like really excited to read this book. I've never read anything by Matt Haig before, so I don't really know what to expect going into it, but I'm really excited. It was very hyped up, so we'll see. Is it worth the hype? I don't know. Subscribe down below and you'll find out in my December wrap-up. So that is everything I plan on reading this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what books are on your TBR. Are you reading any of these Christmas books? Are you staying away from Christmas books? What are you reading? Just tell me down below. I'm curious. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!